Brandon Aiyuk is posting on his YouTube page that the 49ers tried to trade him. RJ Harvey's ADP is falling. We don't know who to draft in the Cowboys backfield. It's crazy out there. Fantasy football season has started. Don't get left behind.
It's short king summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's short king summer.
All right, GM, everyone. How are we doing on this beautiful Tuesday, June 24th? Can someone tell me what's going on? Why is Brandon Aiyuk on his YouTube channel? This is not on X, the Everything app. This is not on Blue Sky. This is not on Threads. This is on YouTube. Brandon Aiyuk says they was talking about trading me while I was off Percocet / muscle relaxers and peeing in a cup by my bed. Couldn't walk for 10 weeks. Ain't nobody trading for me. I mean, can you guys imagine anything more bearish than that? What is the deal? Derby Rhino says he will love me forever if I drive Aiyuk's price down. I mean, buddy, how could I drive it up? Why are we drafting? I mean, Aiyuk is like totally fine. Back-weighted production, Purdy, maybe CMC's broken down by then, all that stuff. I get it. But what is going on with the 49ers? Like, what are we doing with all of this? What are we doing here? The 49ers price tags, I mean, other than McCaffrey, they just all feel too cheap. Jennings feels too cheap. Pearsall feels too cheap. Purdy or Aiyuk feels too expensive. Guerrero, James, I mean, what are we doing? Got my bag. Joke's on you. I like my wide receivers to be popping perks. Well, think Randy Moss, you think Terrell Owens was popping perks? Real keeping the band together ain't always fun. So here's the game plan for today. We are going to draft in some of these new bespoke contests on Underdog Fantasy. We have the Poodle, $40,000 to first. We have the Corgi, single entry, $25K to first. We have the Pitbull, 10 entry max, $100,000 to first. Schnauzer 2, I'm done. And there we go. So I think let's start here with a spicy little Corgi. We can talk a little bit about single entry strategy, what to do with all of that. So we will enter into a single entry Corgi draft. Pepper Tony says, Rizzy P, smash that button. Reasonable. Quite reasonable. Yeah, the single entry contests, huge fan. Really couldn't be more of a fan of these single entry contests. I hope that we get I hope we get 25 of these over the course of the summer, really. They're quite fun. Smaller field, right? I mean, how many people do you have to beat in the Corgi? 22,500, 2 out of 12, 1 out of 10, 1 through 5, a 75-person final. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful stuff. So let's draft the winner in the Corgi. A single entry best ball contest. We are drafting out of the 1.7, so not going to get Justin Jefferson in this one. That's okay. Yes. Yeah, huge fan of the regular single small entries. About 2.5 months. Yeah, Jake. You all out there have about 2.5 months left to get after it. How does that make you feel out there? How are you guys feeling about only having 2 months left of drafting? People are saying this more and more, Rusty. Let's minimize that. Oh, I told Mr. Nick P I was going to try and do this draft board view more often. Although I think Nick is mad at me for not being a good host on the Swolecast today. But there you go. There's the fancy draft board view. Stressed. honestly, that is the emotion I'm having. I am also feeling stressed about how many teams. So many best ball teams left to draft. Like I'm only like 300 teams in. I got like 900 more best ball teams to draft in the next, I think, 76 days. It's crazy. CBK wants me to learn Kyle Monungai. I probably won't. You know what? Let's do Puka on this one instead of McCaffrey. Let's do Mr. Nakua. I took McCaffrey in my Greyhound draft. Finally happened. Bowers fell to 20. McBride fell to 29. I think that's totally fine. Wouldn't do it every time. It's like if McBride falls there quite a bit. I will not do it that important. There's no chance that Dante Thornton is this year's Puka. Dante Thornton will not be in a high enough reception role. Thornton will definitely play, but he is, I don't know what, I'd say like his absolute maximum ceiling, Dante Thornton, 58 receptions maybe. Puka probably had a 4-game stretch with 58 receptions at some point. Man, I've been streaming all day. I'm gonna lose my voice today. I'm gonna go with the afternoon coffee. Crazy scene. Yeah, that feels more likely. Christian Watson, that's a much better comp. I mean, if you want a hit, maybe if you wanted to if you wanted to take if you wanted to actually no ball, you would compare Dante Thornton to maybe someone like Tyreek. Maybe honestly, probably like McCole Hardman's rookie year would be a win for him. Oh, I just got auto drafted there. I got auto drafted Brock Bowers, so that's fine. I wasn't locked in. Not locked in, Davis. You have to stay locked in. All right, Puka Bowers. It's a fun start. That's a pretty fun start for a single entry. That's why you always have to have your ranks in, folks. You don't have your ranks in, your auto draft is going to be whatever schmuck falls to you. I am out of Diet Cokes. I don't have any in my refrigerator right now. Need to make an Aldi run. Mr. John Smart got in this draft by chance. Welcome, John. I do. You know what, Josh? You're right. It's time to lock in. It's Tuesday, June 24th. It is time to freaking lock in. No more nonsense. What if, way to prove Peter right with the auto pick. What if McCole Hardman is the Green Bay receiver we need? Man, late round wide receiver is just so thin right now. It is tough. Because like even like Thornton, who I had Thornton ranked pretty aggressively. I had Thornton ranked at 202. Right? That was pretty aggressive. I mean, that still feels pretty aggressive, but like Lockett, Coke, I mean, it's really not great. It's really not ideal down there. It's De'Ami Brown, like a 100% drafted De'Ami Brown is honestly just really not doing it for me. It's a good bit, chicken cheesesteak lover. Sounds disgusting, a chicken cheesesteak. All right, there we go. We're on the clock. We are going to let's take Devontae Adams. I made the YouTube short about Devontae Adams today. We got the double stack set up here. So our Corgi entry is going to be a Rams Stafford double. It's like Lockett / Io Manor as the second wide receivers in Tennessee. They're going to play a lot of 12. I am woke to taking a few Deontay Johnson zeros for sure. Is this true? Is a Buffalo chicken cheesesteak slapping? It doesn't sound that slapping to me. Yeah, week 1, Tyler Lockett will be starting for the Titans. Week 7, it's anyone's guess. Could be Chimere DK. I mean, I assume that Debo's going to get a bunch of slot snaps in Washington and that Noah Brown is going to be playing on the outside. Could be Luke McCaffrey. got a little run on the elite quarterbacks there. Lamar, Jaden Daniels, and Josh Allen. It is fun to take the elite quarterbacks. Yes, there's a small little bit of Io Manor drumbeat happening. Not very much, just a small little smidgen. All right, I'm a strong man, but I'm not that strong. Xavier Worthy for our single entry. Man, Luke McCaffrey flop leg. Wouldn't that be something? I think I took Luke McCaffrey in this contest last year. Like whatever. I definitely took him in one of the single entries. Jalen Lane. Have we gotten any good buzz on Mr. Lane? Rogers was glazing. Kenneth Gainwell. I'm good on that. Cowherd. I'm good on that. Well, Tutu is entering into his 5th year in the NFL. He's going to be in the same role he's always been in. Trey Tucker will get benched for the aforementioned Deontay Thornton. Calvin Austin. Noah Brown was fine. There's nothing going on with Noah Brown. Noah Brown got banged up like one day at training camp, but he's fine. How about this? You guys remember Michael Gallup? Michael Gallup is on the Washington Commanders. 1,000-yard season, Michael Gallup. Raiders retiree Michael Gallup is back. 16% worthy, but only 2% in BBM. Yeah, feels a little light, brother. Feels a little... Well, Michael Gallup has been in a permanent state of being injured forever. If I ever pass through Bucks County, Pennsylvania, the first chicken cheesesteak is on me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd eat it. GM Clay. By the way, all of you who are in the Discord, yeah, sure, we're going to take Calvin Ridley. We're going to do a true zero running back build here. All of you guys who are in the Discord, if you have signed up for the Dynasty League, we are going to get started on Monday. So if you are not in the league, if you have not claimed your spot, if you're not locked in, if you haven't filled out the stuff in Mr. Chad Candles' Google Sheet, it's over for you. We're done. We're moving on without you. So if you signed up for the Dynasty League, if you're in, you better claim your spot. Speak now or forever hold your peace, because we are booting people out and getting moving. How many games in before Caleb Johnson misses a block and pass grow and Rodgers sends him off with Jeff Janis? Oh, God. I want to say Caleb Johnson, I mean, he probably didn't get very many opportunities to it, but I want to say I remember looking at his pass blocking stuff, and it was pretty good. Caleb Johnson, premium stats, Pro Football Focus, NCAA 2024, pass blocking, 38 pass blocking snaps. Didn't allow a sack, allowed 1 hit, 1 hurry. I mean, hard to say. I really like Jaden Higgins. Someone just asked me why I didn't take... Shit. Okay. I got hoisted by my own petard there. You were right, Manly Moose. You were right. I was wrong. I'm going to take David Montgomery because it's my only way out of this spot right here. So I should have taken any of these guys. Walker, Mixon, Kamara, Henderson, Connor, Harvey. Much better than having Montgomery as your running back 1. Could have just done Jordan Addison there. I am a little bit worried about, obviously, the 3-game suspension there. Caleb Johnson will, of course, get some pass blocking snaps. He's not going to play third downs, but he'll get some pass blocking snaps. Isn't Jalen Warren just a perfect Aaron Rodgers running back archetype? Yes, but he's not very good, right? I mean, Jalen Warren's just a fine player. If Jalen Warren was ever going to be, a workhorse, a starting total guy, it would have happened. Yeah, I just have this idea in my head that Addison is going to get cheaper, which he already is. I mean, he's already going to the 70s now. But that doesn't really mean anything for a time box self-contained single entry contest. GM Josh. Josh, actually, brother, NFC drafts, I'm gonna start next week over on the NFFC. We are gonna be wading into the waters in high stakes fantasy football redraft contests. So redraft stuff, we're getting there. It's coming. We're there. I will take Isaiah Pacheco here. So now we are at Puka Nacua, Brock Bowers, Devontae Adams, Xavier Worthy, Calvin Ridley, David Montgomery, and Isaiah Pacheco. I think I've only done like 10 eliminators, Mr. Jabroni. Probably, I think what I'm going to start doing is I think that I am going to start doing slow drafts for the eliminator is my plan. Because I do like it, but it's just not as good for content. Like an eliminator stream is just not going to be as interesting as just a normal best ball stream, as it were. Nacua, Bowers, Adams, Worthy. Yeah, so this team, if you look at the 2v2 here, I mean, it's actually not close. If I go any of these running backs, even if I take Harvey at 55, the 2v2 of like Harvey, Addison, Harvey, Judy, Hardy, like any of those things, it's definitely better the other way. No question about it. All right. What should we do? I'm not going to do Hawkinson. Feels terrible. Sidekick feels wrong there. Someone was just asking me about Jaden Higgins. Jaden Higgins feels pretty strong. He actually, yeah, I am going to take Jaden Higgins. Jaden Higgins is a very good wide receiver 5 on this build at pick 90. He's the wide receiver 5, and I mean, look, dude, you've got Calvin Ridley and Devontae Adams. You better be starting the season strong, so I don't mind if Higgins starts a little bit slower. I've got Ward. Mahomes went early ahead of ADP. I've got Geno. I've got Stafford, and I've got Stroud live. So this will probably be a 3-quarterback build. Could have taken Mason. I think the drop-off from Mason to the next tier of guys is not nearly as severe as the drop-off from Higgins and Trey Harris to the next range of guys. Very funny that Brandon Aiyuk is kind of the thumbnail of this video, and now we're getting a huge, like, Brandon Aiyuk is going to get into the 9th round, which is totally where his ADP is heading, in my opinion anyways. Like, Aiyuk's not going to play till week 8. You can't be taking a guy who's not going to play until week 8 at pick 90. I mean, I guess maybe you can in some builds. GM, Mr. Fantasy Football Garage. How we doing, brother? This could definitely be a Charbonnet team. ETN at 97. My dude is feeling spicy. All right. A lot of ways that we can go here. Crazy Baker fall. Baker at 1. I mean, I don't even think I'm going to take him, but it is crazy. Mason seems good. Warren actually fits this team. I was just bad-mouthing Warren, but he actually fits this team pretty well. No, let's do Mason. So now we are at David Montgomery, Isaiah Pacheco, Jordan Mason. A lot of touchdown equity there. Not a ton of like league-winning equity there. Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Xavier Worthy, Calvin Ridley, Jaden Higgins, and Brock Bowers. I think this is a great way to take Aiyuk as your wide receiver 6 in a wide receiver heavy start, and just stop at 6 and just count on that late season upside. Yeah, the news on Aiyuk, Mr. Simonetti, is that he is just like continuing to complain about being a 49er. Exactly. I thought the same thing. Very excited to draft these new tournaments. I want to slow down and save a bunch as well, for content reasons and for just getting more drafts in. I have not read this anywhere, Matt, I have read the exact opposite. Everyone on Aiyuk says like kind of best case week 4, week 5 on Aiyuk, but Adam Schefter himself said mid-season. Wow. What, Charlie? Did you have a bink and how'd your dance team end up? How high did you get up there in the dance, Charlie? Is that what I owe this great gift of the 10 Membies? Charlie must have gotten his dance money after the Oklahoma City Thunder won the NBA championship in 7 games. All right, we are up. No idea why the sidekick is telling me Goff. I'm actually going to do Drake May. Drake May will do a little bit of a back stack. Could take Henry, could take Douglas. I like Drake May. Dude, Pepper Tony, it's absolutely got to be something with your settings on YouTube. There's no chance. Wow, Jay got a Memby. Blake got a Memby. 3rd place in the dance from Charlie. 3rd place, man. What a freaking guy. Shout out to you, man. What a finish. Doing my absolute best to fight away from State Farm one day at a time, man. One day at a time. Let's see if I can make this board even nicer. There we go. Oh, yeah, I think it sends you an email, right? Kyle Shanahan did famously say, I don't even know if I'm going to be alive. The Scroll Down show, I guess I might need to have old John and Nez on the program to do the official Scroll Downs. I think I've played a couple WNBA entries. I just don't have access to like really good projections, I don't think. Am I buying any Pittman? Yeah, I am buying both Pittman and Downs as they rise. How Goff is still here. I just don't, this is not the format for me, for Mr. J Goof. You know what is the format for me though? No chance am I leaving this draft without Mr. Byshell Tootin at 1 pick 127. Yeah, it does send an email. Any strong feelings on Nico? As in Nico Collins? Yeah, I strongly feel he's really good. Strongly feel that Nico Collins, 2nd in the NFL in yards per route run last year. Really strong. All right, added a little bit of ceiling to our running back room there. You know, if you're going to take David Montgomery and Pacheco, you got to take some swings. I've got Henry live. I've got Douglas live. I mean, I've got Mac Hollins live, I suppose, if I would like. Oof. Brother, sick when it's hot out in the middle of summer. Not great. You need to get your LMNT action going. You need to get your bone broth. Man. Shout out to Charlie, dude. 10 gifted Membies on a Tuesday, June 24th. You love to see it. Yeah, Nico, same odds to win Offensive Player of the Year as Jefferson. I buy it. Dobbins at 133. All right, so he's kind of starting to get to the range to me where he's not just a straight up slam the button anymore. At least that's my opinion. All right. Sidekick wants a quarterback. It's probably correct to just take the quarterback right now. Yeah, I don't know. I might save it on this one actually. I might save this for Stafford Geno. What is wide receiver looking like? Besh, Liget adds in another quarterback. You know what? I'm actually gonna take. I'm just taking Isaac Urendo here. I've got a new motto. Got a new motto actually. In fact, let me just really say this to the camera. A 49ers running back in every draft. Christian McCaffrey, Isaac Urendo, Jordan James. If you want to make it Corey Kiner, undrafted free agent from the University of Cincinnati, take Corey Kiner for all I care. Don't leave your drafts without a 49ers running back. That's my new motto. You want to take Izzy Abanikanda? Be my guest, Rusty. Be my guest on Israel Abanikanda. Is he even still on the team? Let's find out. 49ers are, lads. Do we think Israel Abanikanda is still on the roster? Patrick Taylor Jr., Corey Kiner, Israel Abanikanda. He is. I don't know if Spears is dust. I just think Tony Pollard is a lot better. Patrick Taylor Jr., he was famously in that crazy Memphis backfield. All right, all the quarterbacks got wiped out there, so I got to stop being fancy here. Sad, but it's got to be done. Sacrilegious and Shady and Karain. I got to take Stafford there. You guys got to tell me what the deal is with that. Why would Stafford not have been my highest recommended guy right there? Abanikanda died so that Tootin can also maybe die. Those are very wise words. All right, so we've got the double stack locked up. Got multiple outs here with my Patriots guys. Fix your site. GM stuff. Pass the message along to my friends over at legendaryupside.com. Jordan James is a viable pick mainly because of rent. Well, he's just a viable pick because 49ers backfield has got the crazy that makes sense. They think you own the wide receiver group, so no one's taking him. I buy that. But I tell you what, I would have been 10 out of 10 tilted if he would have been picked. Crutches, you guys hear that? What a camera and background. I think we should get this man to 100,000 subs. I think you're right. I think you're right, Crutches. All right. Now, I think just to get my stack, I think I'm just going to take Demario Douglas here. And if I get... And Gino's gone anyway, so Gino is who I was going to take anyway. Bang. Demario Douglas. Done. In. I don't care if he gets 100. He's not a very good pick in half PPR, but at least I have my stack. I've learned that too many people do not care about stacks to push it. Yeah, I mean, I think in BBM, you should try and push it, or in the like the puppy, like big contests, right? Like 200,000 entries, whatever. I think you should push it. But I think to Nick's point, in these smaller contests where the total number of permutations is smaller, you would rather have the self-contained stack. All right, so now we are at May and Stafford, Montgomery, Pacheco, Mason, Tootin, Guerrero, Nakua, Adams, Worthy, Ridley, Higgins, Demario Douglas, and Brock Bowers. Frankly, I think we've got a little bit of a cook going on here. Pat is starting to push the unstacked quarterback faller. What a slappy. Slaptrick Karain, they're calling him. Why can't I do Higbee? Bye weeks? Can't do Higbee because of bye weeks. Higbee is bye week 8. Yeah, can't do Higbee. Well, frankly, I would totally fine taking an unstacked, uncorrelated second tight end. You still want to stack in 12-man leagues. It's definitely less important though. You're a long way from this, MacNova. Getting to a point where everyone is stacking, you can get Galaxy Brain leverage not stacking. Also, leverage, a very overrated concept in best ball. Projected points remain the king. Dang, do we do Braylon or do we do Bigsby? Well, you know what? I'm actually just going to take Henry because it's close enough, and Braylon win anyway, I think. So there we go. Hunter Henry at pick 175. Yeah, the winners are basically always stacked unless their quarterback gets sniped, but then they have the teammate stacking. But I agree. It's no overthinking. My opinion. All right, so we've got May doubled. We got Staff doubled. I don't really care about a bring back for the Patriots. I could do like Algier actually would have been good on this team for a bring back. If you actually think about that game, the DK Millie winner having naked Goff, it actually makes sense because a bunch of guys scored in that game. Like, that's what you need. Don't ever say this to me again. Don't ever say round 18 Arian Smith to me again. Yeah. If you think about the way, there you go. He had Goff Montgomery. But if you just think about the way that game went, it actually makes a little bit of sense. I don't know, just in general, my thoughts on stacking would be that you get such a super boost from the correlation effect. It's just absolutely massive. All right. This team actually feels like a Keenan Allen team, and I'll tell you why it feels like a Keenan Allen team. All these chuckleheads are really unlikely to hit my roster. Like, Jalen Coker is not going to project better than Demario Douglas, and none of them are going to project better than Calvin Ridley. But Keenan Allen, if he signs with the Saints, if he signs with the Patriots, if he signs with the Cowboys, if he signs with the Steelers, if he signs... Honestly, where would Keenan Allen sign where he doesn't immediately start going ahead of Cedric Tillman? Where would Keenan Allen go? And you guys know me, I don't love the olds. But Keenan is just like a stone lock to have his ADP increase, I think. There you go. Patriots would be big. His ADP would be fine if he goes to the Bears. The Bengals cannot afford to give him anything. I'm obviously lying to some degree. You know what, Joel? You're right. If he signed to Green Bay, his ADP would not increase. Actually, and I don't think his ADP would increase on the Eagles either. Not enough meat on the bone. Texans wouldn't increase. Vegas, his ADP would go up for sure. Yeah, definitely it would. A real retirement risk. Man, it would be crazy if I guess he could. It could be a real Will Fuller situation. But Keenan Allen is 33. He's basically the same age as Devontae Adams. And he was good last year. 121 targets for Keenan Allen last year. Yeah, Keenan with Kellen Moore. I mean, Kellen Moore would probably love to have him, right? Dang, dude. Did Miles Sanders go? Miles Sanders freaking went. Unbelievable. All right, Jarquez Hunter. Now we've got Stafford with Drake May. Or Stafford with his running back. Man, I'm going to be pretty tempted for a third quarterback advance rate juicer here. Kellen Moore made Keenan the wide receiver 3. Real shit, Blake. Well, Keenan was fat last year. That is true. I figured out the issue, but it's something more complicated and annoying that I'm not willing to do, so I'll just keep subbing on Twitch. Well, hey man, we would love to have you in the Discord, Mr. Tony. We would love to have you. GM. This is just the regular version of the sidekick. I would need maybe Karain or Sacrilegious or someone can help me get the sim version up and running. And by help me, I mean handhold me. Keenan could also just be lying to a large degree. Real. Back in the day, you had to make a different YouTube account if you didn't want to comment under your real name. That's crazy. All right, boys. You ready to see a man capitulate? Are you ready to see a capitulation to the 3 quarterback meta? Jackson Dart, come on down. Come on down. Keenan Allen to the Cards. I see it. All right, final team in the Corgi. Final team in the Corgi. Drake May, Matthew Stafford, Jackson Dart, David Montgomery, Isaiah Pacheco, Jordan Mason, Byshell Tootin, Isaac Guerrendo, Jarquez Hunter, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Xavier Worthy, Calvin Ridley, Jaden Higgins, Demario Douglas, Keenan Allen, Brock Bowers, and Hunter Henry. I did give in to Big Best Ball. I did. 3 is the number of quarterbacks thou shalt take, and the number of quarterbacks thou shalt take is 3. Sad. I don't think there's any difference between YouTube and Twitch. I think YouTube and Twitch take the exact same percentage. Is unstacked 18th round dart better than unstacked 18th round? They are. The only difference I will tell you, for me personally, James, is I think it is more likely that Richardson plays games. I think we see Jackson Dart play 10 games, 11 games, and I think we see Richardson play like 4 or 5. I like Pacheco just fine. Let's see. It's Pacheco I have ranked. Pacheco I have ranked at 79, and he goes at 80. Keenan just waiting for a team to have a wide receiver injury during the season. Yeah, real. All right, that team was okay. You know, not loving it, not hating it. I think it's fine. All right, what is filling quicker, the Poodle or the Pitbull? Pitbull is 9.2%. The Poodle is 21.6%. I've got 19 of these left. There we go. Let's do a Poodle. Poodle, 20 seconds. Come on in. Oh no, Liam blowing up my spot. Sad. The 1.4. Shady advice. Speak of the man and he will appear. Shady advice. Popping in. Let's pop this one out. Get the big board displayed. Bang. There we go. Ryan's at 1. All right. Thankful if someone snatched my Tennessee stack Chig so I could take a stab at Mason Taylor, 18 spots after ADP. Love Mason Taylor. Shady was going wild in the 5.55s. Poodle has a very nice advanced structure. It does. No, Russell Wilson is terrible, and Russell Wilson is the Giants have an insanely hard schedule to begin the year. Like they're gonna be 0-4. They start the year at Commies, at Cowboys, home Chiefs, and then home Chargers. Do you like to be on the left or the right of? I don't really care. Guillerme, I love you, man, but there is no chance. I'm gonna take Barkley. There is no chance I'm going to Sao Paulo for a Chiefs game. I haven't been to a Chiefs game in 2 years, 3 years, maybe 2 years. And they are right down the road from me. They're 3 hours away from me. Don't get me wrong. It would be a cool experience. I definitely should go. But yeah, famously, I'm not going somewhere in my own neighborhood. Yes, there is a Gladiator Rakeback program. It is a lot of drafts, though. I think it's actually the minimum is 150. And I think it's like $10,000 minimum, or I don't know. It's pretty intense. Learn today on the Swolecast that Miami has the best sports fans, unless you want to say Chicago because of Angel Reese. Legendary moment from Soccer Dave. To be honest, I'm not that mad about how they changed it because it is better for the BRs. the gladiator stuff is. Yeah, I just Russ is no good and Dart is like pretty decent. Yeah, that's what it is. They're doing the gladiator by money spent instead of drafts this year. There you go, Ryan. I knew it was like vaguely different. I just didn't remember how different it was. All right, so we start with Barkley. When you start with Barkley, you don't love to see Drake London going at 14. You'd prefer there to be like early tight end. You'd prefer someone to reach on Henry and A-Chain. So many drafts left, but yeah, BR's, wait, yeah, 50K and you get 50% of your rake back. Yeah, Rashi at 17. People are going to do weirder things like that in some of these smaller contests, you know, which fine by me. You know, get your guys. That's that. I mean, it's basically the point of these contests. Can I pull out the Barkley Bowers combo? I don't know. BVic is going to decide here. BVic is going to decide. Is he going to take Bowers? Is he going to take J? Okay, didn't do it. All right, let's just go full boomer. Steering into the skid. We did 0 running back last time. Maybe we'll do Pete nailing your dollar figure on the dot and still losing the round is like drafting 30% Chase Brown and not getting paid off. Real. Yeah, my T feels very high. I should go run some laps right now. All right. What are we going to do here? I mean, we could just do strength on strength, honestly. Like maybe that is more the move. Instead of trying to recover from the Barkley start by tapping T. Higgins and Garrett Wilson, maybe the move is going strength on strength and saying, brother, I'm going to be winning the flex. Exactly. Yeah, you just gotta hope that Golden and Pearsall is who you need. Yeah, Josh Jacobs' ass team. I think you guys are right. Let's Jacobs went. All right, we got to bail ourselves out. Let's do Tyreek, right? Tyreek Hill. Pretty low floor, but all these teams have a very low floor, right? We're all going to lose anyways. So if we're all going to lose anyways, maybe you just got to stay woke. Dare I say, running backs might be back. So Barkley, JT, Tyreek. I mean, that could easily be the running back 1 and the wide receiver 1. Very Keaton Mitchell team. Yes, it is. I think that basically what's happened for me is I had to decide to stop being scared of Christian McCaffrey. And if I'm not scared of Christian McCaffrey, it also doesn't make a ton of sense to be scared of Tyreek Hill. We're all going to win anyway. What if we all win anyway? Wouldn't that be beautiful? I think it would. I definitely don't. I bet I didn't draft a single team like this last year. No, there's no chance. I probably drafted. I mean, how many running back starts? Mark, say it ain't so, brother. Please do not tell me that CMC is dust. Do not come in my own private domicile and tell me that CMC is dusted. Now, on the other hand, you're going to lose anyways. So you might as well have some fun. Yes, I am also a Marvin Harrison Jr. slappy. Yep, the Adams ADP rise. I mean, that was the video that I made today for YouTube Shorts and for Instagram. Had to do a little bit of Devontae Adams stuff. This is a private domicile and I will not be harassed. All right. I'm about to, oh man, I'm just going to take Jaden Daniels here. We're going to get weird, dude. We're going to get weird in this one. Shanny will manufacture opportunities for CMC. Yes, my advance rates in the dinger, Mr. Jabroni, they're not good. They really, really aren't. I don't have any I don't have any Cal Raleigh, so that's not great. Yeah, last year's lesson, I think this is a good point. It's not really about the guys you took too much of. It was the guys you didn't take. Yes, please free Bubba Chandler. We absolutely need him. All right. Let's do... God, what do we do here? Hunter? Hunter makes sense. Yeah, Hunter, we just need some ceiling on this team. I've literally never been in this part of the game tree. Yeah, elite quarterback, double running back, never been here. It's not even... Dominguez has actually been good. He just doesn't play enough. But Jason Dominguez has actually been good. I know this is neither here nor there. 317 weighted on base average, 6 dingers, 10 steals, but only 246 plate appearances. Took Puka Devonta, but won't take Tyreek and Waddle. Well, I like Travis Hunter more than I like Jalen Waddle. JB, I think particularly on this style of team, I just need a guy who is going to smash. Like I need a guy who can put up like multiple. Like I need a guy who can put up a month stretch of 19.7 points per game. And Hunter, I mean, maybe I'm wish casting, but Hunter does feel like that guy for me. So Barkley, JT, Reek, Daniels, Hunter should be able to take Debo at pick 69 here. I hope it's not a Ben Sinnott team. Exactly. Waddle or Tyreek, I mean, I think they're both going to have good stretches, but it's really unlikely they're going to do it together. Let's see. Not that Google News even works anymore, but let's see what the latest is with Ben Sinnott. Nothing. What a useless website Google is now. They ruined their search. Google News doesn't work. Really couldn't be more tilting to me. Barkley, JT, Reek, Jaden Daniels, Travis Hunter. All right. Yep, Debo. There we go. CJ McCollum for Jordan Poole. Did that actually just happen? Thoughts on the 1.1 and the 1.2 right now? Feels like I'm forced to take a running back before 26 unless I want to start with 5 wide receivers. Well, you get Hampton sometimes, right? This dude got Hampton here. But yeah, you could take James Cook there. Frankly, I don't think like reaching for Ken Walker or whatever. No, but normally I think the answer is you get a faller there quite a bit. Roto World, Commanders head coach Dan Quinn said tight end Ben Sinnott has been among the young players who stood out in offseason practices. All right, there we go. Shout out Kansas State University's own Ben Sinnott. There you go, Blake. It did literally just happen. All right, we're up. Let's take let's take Golden. The New Orleans Pelicans are trading McCollum, Olenek, and a future second. It's a weird trade. It's a weird. Yeah, he's no Jacob Pullen, who played basketball in Israel for a while. A lot of drafts lately have had Cook and Hampton off the board. I feel like I get cornered. I don't know, man. I think you can just live the truth. I think you can I think you can just, if those are going to be your 0 wide receiver builds, but also it's totally fine to pull a guy up. And I also think it's fine to act in forethought and say, okay, I'm going to take Bucky Irving. I'm going to take Jonathan Taylor. I'm going to take Josh Jacobs. But there's no issue in having a bunch of 5 wide receiver builds. I remember Ben Sinnott absolutely cooking during the Mizzou game. Yeah. What he wore 45 at K-State. If ADP is correct on Lamb and Pickens, then Prescott is too low. Yeah, I mean, Dak is generally a great fantasy quarterback when he plays. All-time favorite K-State guys are Lockett and Sproles, no doubt. Actually, Terrence Newman. Huge favorite for me. Terrence Newman from the same small town in Kansas as I am. Terrence Newman paid for my high school's football stadium to be like remodeled and fixed and everything. Pretty cool. No round 18 Torrey Horton for me. I kind of avoid. He's fine. Igbuka is a smash here. I assume Baker's gone. Yeah, Baker's gone. But Igbuka always a smash after ADP. Jordy Nelson. I've eaten at Jordy Nelson's parents' restaurant before because he's another small town Kansas boy. I also loved El Roberson and Michael Bishop. Yeah, they were awesome. Mark is getting bullish on DK Metcalf. Not me. I mean, he's fine. This feels like a pretty freaking good recovery from the running back start. I did not know Jordy Nelson had cereal. All right. Not really a quarterback because we already have Jaden Daniels, so we don't need a quarterback. Not really a running back I want to take here. I guess Tracy seems okay. Higgins seems okay. I took Higgins on the last one. We don't have a tight end yet. Let's take Hoomst. Sure. Let's take Mark Andrews. Yeah, the old 80% target share from Rodgers on 312 attempts. I agree. It does feel a little bit easier to dig at an early running back this year, just because there's this nice little range of rookie wide receivers. You have Igbuka, you have Burden, you have Trey Harris. Josh Freeman, I actually had some interactions with Josh Freeman. Josh Freeman would come back to Manhattan a lot after he was done playing in the NFL, and he wasn't a very nice guy. Josh Freeman. Steelers got to be bringing in Cooper Keenan types. Yeah, Keenan feels, I mean, dude, Calvin Austin, Van Jefferson, Roman Wilson, it's pretty thin. All right. Daniels, Barkley, JT, Tyreek, Travis Hunter, Deebo Samuel, Matthew Golden, Emeka Egbuka, and Mark Andrews. Always feels a little annoying taking Andrews ahead of ADP. That's right. Van Jefferson is on the Titans now. We will always have that one Josh Freeman season. Yeah, forgot about the legend of Bobby Trees. DeAndre Swift, bona fide nice dude. Per Mark Smith. Beautiful. All right. We could start thinking about taking a running back here. Charbonnet fits. Ramondre fits. Probably not Tootin on this one. Tootin could be okay. If only he could run. Crutches hates DeAndre Swift. Damn. Sharps went. Not much of an 80 Paul. What do we do? Is May still available? Let's take Kyle Williams. We could take May if we wanted. Had a coworker that went to OU and knew Baker before he was a starter and said Baker turned into a jerk with the success. I have literally never heard anyone say a mean thing about Baker Mayfield. And I know a lot of people in and around Norman, Oklahoma, and a lot of them had interactions with Mr. Mayfield and literally only ever like kind things. The only people who I've ever heard say something mean about Baker are from the greater Cleveland area in Ohio. I have no idea what either of these things are. The OG Bass Pro in Springfield or the Pyramid of the New World in Memphis. ADP Faller. No, I'm going to take Drake May with Kyle Williams. Hope I didn't mess up those bye weeks. I didn't. We're good. We're straight. Oh no. Am I displaying a lack of ball knowledge? I did not see the undercover Baker thing. Yeah, walk on at Tech, ended up as a Heisman. My sister talked to Marshall Falk at a bar. Cool. Springfield is further than 30 minutes. Springfield is like 3 hours, and Memphis is not close at all. Memphis is I've driven. Memphis is a far way away. Baker is history's greatest monster here in northeastern Ohio. Well, maybe they shouldn't have cut him after they forced him to play quarterback with a torn labrum. I used to play a Hold'em home game with Kiana Carter. I do not know who that is. Is that a basketball player? A running back who played for Penn State, 6 years in the NFL, 319 carries, 1,100 rushing yards, 3.6 yards per carry. Do you know how long 5 hours is, bro? Five hours is crazy work. That is not close. Wait, I don't have the same buys on any of these guys, do I? Yeah, different bye weeks for Daniels and May. Well, now, Frank, it's not saying I would never drive 5 hours. In fact, I have driven 5 hours. Many times. But I'm not doing it for nothing. All right, we are going Ray Davis as our running back 3 on this one. Yeah, I have seen the season long totals, but because I have pick'em champions, I can't do them. I have to go to a non-champion state in order to do the aforementioned season long pick'ems. What's the least interesting thing you would drive 5 hours for that is not family related? I mean, I suppose it's eye of the beholder what you consider. I've driven 5 hours to go golf. Yeah. Crutches nailed it. Golf is probably the answer. Pretty good fit, Jaden Blue here, but I might have to follow my rule. I'm going to follow my rule with Girendo. Gotta take a 49ers running back every time, dude. Ideal running back 4. Yeah, I've driven for concerts. Okay, that's a good one. I have driven for concerts before. I don't know, man. I didn't love that report that Karain was telling me about Phil Maffa this morning, or Jacob was communicating about Phil Maffa. I mean, I draft Blue. I assume he's one of my most drafted players. Drafts completed. 249 completed drafts. There you go. Jaden Blue, 16.5%. On my first page. Tied with Bashal Tootin. So it's not like I have none of them. I drove 6 hours to my hometown 3 weeks ago to get limited seasonal dessert at my old favorite restaurant. Brother, that is so Midwest coded. I don't know if you're Midwest or not, but that is very, very Midwest coded. Yeah, Buck got me. Those exposures look smooth. That's 13% too high. What's my TET percentage? I don't know. Let's see. TET, 11.6%. Right about where I want it, honestly. Yeah, I mean, Blue at 159 is really good. West Virginia to Asheville, North Carolina. I guess what is that West Virginia, North Carolina? Is that kind of considered Southern? I would guess. All right. I mean, I'm not gonna say no to Tank Bigsby here. Buck St. Thomas wins again. My 4% exposure blankets are everyone. Look at this list of guys I've got 4% of. I mean, it's just never ending. The list of guys at 4% is everyone. Miles Sanders, Devonta Smith, Christian Kirk. I mean, it's everyone's 4%. All right. Do we do back-to-back Hunter Henry teams? Or do we take, you know what? I'm actually going to take Ertz. Henry win anyways. There you go. So we got Ertz and Debo with Daniels. What's my Thornton exposure? 3.7%. Am I going to make bigger stands closer to the season? Who knows, man? Who knows? Do I have a rough estimate what percentage you did 2 quarterback versus 3 quarterback? I don't. I would guess much more 3 quarterback or much more 2 quarterbacks. Shout out to Matt Martin, who got a colonoscopy today and is cancer-free. Big deal. Bros take care of themselves. So shout out to you for taking care of yourself, brother. All right, we have got a 2-5-6-2. Probably good at running back with Barkley, JT, Ray Davis, Guerrero, and Bigsby. Need to find some more ceiling. And actually, a little with Golden, Igbuka, and Kyle Williams. Probably a little bit of floor, actually, at running back. Shout out to Matt. All my boys get hyped over a clean bill of health. You're gosh darn right. Especially the numerous amount of mats we have here. Many mats. No, De'Ami Brown guy is here. CBK is here. There, I knew, Matt, I was waiting for you, man. De'Ami Brown, there you go. The De'Ami Brown Travis Hunter hedge. See, I told you guys CBK was here. What was at the post office? Crazy. All right, we got 2 picks left. We have a 2-5-7-2. What are we gonna do? Honestly, I probably would like to take one more tight end. Yeah. whatever. I'm not going to take a third quarterback on this team either. You know what? Darius Slayton-ass team is what it is. CBK, I'm being known as a De'Ami Brown guy. You did it to yourself, sir. You did it to yourself. How did my dude draft at the 1 spot? Way too many running backs. I could just already tell you, way too many running backs. Your wide receiver 4 and 5 are Mims and Leggett. Just too many running backs. How many? This is actually a good question. How many seasons will the Travis Hunter two-way project go? Honestly, a phenomenal question. How many daily drafts do you do not on a stream? Not that many. Not that many. I do a lot of slow drafts, but I don't do too many. I don't do too many fasts. Although that is going to change, like starting like right now, because all these side contests are open, and I would like to get 1,000 entries in. So there's just not enough hours in the day to be streaming all of that. Basically. All right. Who's our final pick going to be here? We got a 2-5-8-2 with Jaden Daniels, Drake May. We could take another running back. We could take another wide receiver. Honestly, probably another wide receiver is the answer. I mean, I just took a 0 in De'Ami Brown. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for drafting, Drew. I appreciate you hanging out and watching. You know what? I'm taking it back to my roots. Dontavian Wicks can't catch. And he probably isn't even going to play. But did you see his reception perception? Bros, did you see the Dontavian Wicks reception perception? All right, got to refresh. That team was drafted in the Poodle. All right, final team was Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor, Ray Davis, Isaac Urendo, Tank Bigsby, Tyreek Hill, Travis Hunter, Deebo Samuel, Matthew Golden, Emeka Egbuka, Kyle Williams, De'Ami Brown, Darius Slayton, Dontavian Wicks, Mark Andrews, and Zach Ertz. Love called Wicks a flag football off-star this season. So bullish. So bullish. Yeah, just think about the commercial breaks, dude. Noah Brown-ass team. All right, that team is all right. Let's go do another one. Let's hop in. Well, there's a lot of scrolling to do to get over there. The Poodle 20 entry max, 40K to first, 20 seconds per pick. You know what? Why have I not been playing these? Corgi is one entry. Poop of Rap, a new member. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, brother. Should I be calling you Dr. Poop of Rap, as you have secured your PhD? Mustache loading screen. I just have been forgetting to play these videos. My dog turned 1 year old yesterday. A 1 year old Murphy. She got a little Dog Cake. She got a new a tug of war rope and some tennis balls. So shout out to Murphy. A very cute, honestly pretty good dog. Dogs are the best, man. I can't ever imagine. Yeah, we gotta bring it back. I don't know. I guess I don't know why I haven't been doing them. Yeah, if you are wanting to get in the puppy, you better be doing them now. All right, Joey just renewed his membership and he told me he wants me to take Nabers. Done. Super chat for a Nabers start. And you know what? Freaking, we're gonna do it. There you go. Let that be a reminder to all of you. I'm a cheap date. Hold on, I gotta pop this one out. Copy. There we go. Yes, everyone does. Everyone does just smash into the slow drafts for these contests for whatever reason. I don't start doing the slows in these contests until they get close to filling. I wrote in chat, very end of last stream, but I made a poker username drunk. Doja Cat called herself the poop of rap, and it unfortunately stuck. Many such cases, brother. Many such cases. We are up. Wow, a Nabers A-chain start. That's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. I really like slow drafts. I mean, really like. I basically, I don't know if I like slow drafts, but there are only so many hours in a day. And I enjoy drafting, as it were. And I just want to have a maximum amount of teams. And if you want the maximum amount of teams, you got to do slow drafts. There's no way around it. Well, if you have enough time to ship 1,000 fast drafts, then you should do it. I would assume fast drafts are probably like marginally better. I tend to in slow drafts, I tend to draft obviously a lot of the same players. I did not go to this most recent Kendrick tour. Feeling my age a little bit with the concerts recently. The last couple concerts I've been to, I was like, man, these are all children here. You are a man in your mid 30s. I don't know if you need to be going to these concerts. Wow, this dude's username is Zaboomafoo. Shout out to Zaboomafoo. Speaking of being an old man, doesn't really get much more old man than that. Am I right, dude? Am I right? No, I do not label my slow drafts as you go back and compare advance rates. I think not everything has to be so existential, but well, that's just kind of life, man. I can't control that. It's more honestly, the concert thing for me is like, it just, nothing could possibly be less conducive for my schedule than a concert. A-Chain, Nabers, Adams, easy, because I get up at 5 a.m. and I go to sleep, relatively early. Concert, I mean, a rapper's not coming on until 10. Probably gonna get off at midnight, maybe by midnight. 5 hours. I like concerts. I love live music. Like I am all down for it. But it is tough. A weeknight concert is tough. Yes, 100%. They should have headliners start at 8:30 on a Tuesday. I mean, I've been to a lot of concerts in my life, rap, like all kinds of genres, all kinds of stuff. But that yes, it honestly it is kind of like a sporting event if your team never loses. Yeah, it's honestly a good comp. Well, I thought maybe there was a chance Brees was going to come back around to me. The worst crowd. Yeah, it sucks. You do get some of that. All right. A-Chain, Nabers, Adams. Let's ship JMO on this one. Yeah, JMO. ETR raised Brees. What is my favorite concert venue? There is a place in Kansas City called the Midlands where I saw some of my favorite shows. Really like the Midlands. Discord, super easy. All you got to do if you are a YouTube member is link your YouTube and your Discord accounts. And when you open Discord, you'll just be automatically added in. Early prediction for NBA champion next season. I mean, honestly, if I had to guess right now, I'd guess the Lakers. I would guess they're able to get one more star via draft picks, free agency, whatever. And LeBron James, Luka Doncic. They need a center. What they need is they need a really good, better than Mark Williams, but a Mark Williams type for sure. Man, I've never been to Red Rocks. Obviously, I would love to, but never been. I'm not gonna be rooting for the Lakers, but I would not be mad. I just love basketball, so it's not gonna make me mad. All right, let's do Kamara. Let's get a chaperone. You know, our Devontae Adams-esque chaperone. So here's the deal with the Pistons. I agree. The Eastern Conference is so wide open with these injuries. I mean, the combination of Halliburton and Tatum and Lillard, Achilles, like that's crazy. But the Pistons need to make a Magic-esque move. Like the Pistons should have tried to trade for Durant. The Pistons should have done like Tobias Harris's money, whatever their first round pick is right now, and Jaden Ivey or something like that. Like make Jaden Ivey the Jalen Green equivalent to get Durant. No, if the Trailblazers, I saw a lot of this. Like, oh, dude, I can't believe Brad Stevens did it again. That trade totally makes sense if you think that either the Blazers are just trying to have an adult in the room, like Brogdon was for them last year, or if Holiday will just get traded again. Well, you got to remember this about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Darius Garland is injured. Darius Garland had a surgery on his left foot, and Ty Jerome is not going to be back this year. So that changes the complexion of their team. Hovland is very good, Blake. Hovland is not 0% to win a major, in my opinion. What do we do here? Chris Godwin, sure, whatever. I don't love that pick. I mean, Simons could get flipped. Honestly, I think the Celtics are fine to have him. I wonder I'm actually not worried about the Rockets at all. The Rockets, as currently constructed, are not beating the Oklahoma City Thunder. You're not beating the Thunder if your best offensive player is 37. Not happening. And you're definitely not beating the Thunder with Alperen Şengün. Alperen Şengün going to be an absolute just prison against Chet and Hartenstein. Just like Şengün showing up to that series every day saying, please God, get me away from this. I would rather do anything. Chad with the most correct take, which is that if JJ Spawn can win a major, Hovland can win a major. What a cool story the JJ Spawn thing was. It'll be Jalen Green is like whatever. There are a million Jalen Greens. Jalen Green, Jalen Green is, I mean, how many guys in the NBA have been like Jalen? Jalen Green is Jordan Poole or whatever. I am not disrespecting Alperen Şengün. I think Şengün is obviously a very good player. Dang, I really wanted Matthew Golden there. Well, let's just go Jaden Reed instead. A-Chain, Kamara, Nabers, Adams, J-Mo, Godwin, Jaden Reed. But, Nikola Jokic struggled with Chet and Hartenstein. What if the Nuggets get Giannis? They have, I think the Nuggets have 6 first-round picks they can trade. I mean, it's not going to happen, but they could use Michael Porter Jr.'s and the picks. GM Philly, welcome back. Haven't seen you in these streets a while. Pleasure to have you here. Yeah, the East is just. I mean, it's obviously normally very wide open. I think MPJ is untouchable because he has one of the worst contracts in the NBA. I don't think he would be untouchable for Giannis. All right, we have got Nabers, A-Chain, Adams, J-Mo, Kamara. I would have taken RJ Harvey here at pick 66. Tough. Baker still on the board. Love, Goff, Stafford. Oh, this could be a good 3-quarterback team. What is Jared McCain healthy? No, get out of here with the Sixers stuff. Sixers, man, that is just that organization. Yeah, I'm just gonna take Baker here. I'm kind of light on Baker bags, I think. Yeah, 4%. There you go. It's a good Baker team. I don't think Embiid he can still play when he plays. Embiid is what is he? He's 14 months removed from the most efficient per minute season the NBA has had since Wilt Chamberlain, but he just can't stay healthy. I think the Magic, are going to be the nerd teams, as evidenced by them being mentioned in a fantasy football best ball stream on June 24th. All the nerds are going to love the Magic. But I don't know, man. Very hard for a guy like Paolo. In my opinion, I think it's hard to win with a guy like Paolo Banchero being your best offensive player. Although that is shifting a little bit. A great Ethan Sherwood-Strauss wrote this great article the other day on his Substack about how the best NBA players of our lifetimes, other than Steph Curry, the best players, the NBA champions, they actually take most of their shots are 2-point shots. If you think about it, Michael Jordan, most of his shots were 2-point shots. LeBron, most of LeBron's shots are 2-point shots. Giannis, Jokic, Shea, which you wouldn't think. Like, Shea's a guard. You'd be like, oh, he probably shoots a lot of threes. But most of Shea's shot attempts are 2-point shots. It's kind of interesting to think about. Yeah, and that Samwise, you make a great point, which is the new meta in the NBA is being deep. You know what? Let's take Tyrone Tracy. That's another guy I have like no bags of. The great Kawhi. Yeah, most of Kawhi's shots, 2-point shots. But like the 4 conference finals teams, other than the Knicks, they were really deep teams. I mean, even more than 8. You know, the Pacers and the Thunder were the first teams I can recall who played 10-man rotations in the playoffs. Can you guys recall other teams? It's the new CBA just made it so hard to pay 3 guys the max. The new collective bargaining agreement has just made it like almost impossible to pay 3 max salaries. It's going to happen to the Thunder. The Thunder are going to have to let Case and Wallace go. Hartenstein is going to go. Caruso probably only has 1 more year left on the team. Yeah, big three era is dead. 100%. All right. I wanted to set up Ingram and Knicks, but he went early. So let's do Ingram as our tight end 1. We're at Mayfield, A-Chain, Kamara, Tracy, Nabers, Adams, JMO, Godwin, Reed, and Evan Ingram. Caruso would take less money, but it's just a matter of like, if you're not going to take the mid-level exception, we can't pay you anything, you know, because they're gonna have the Thunder have Shea's max, and then Chet and J-Dub. It's really interesting. Chet and J-Dub go up for contract renewals the same year, which is kind of interesting. And I mean, I think they're obviously both going to get the max. I also would not. I certainly think that Caruso definitely matters, brother. Caruso is about the only guy on the team who can make an open 3-pointer. Caruso and Lou Dort were the only guys who were making their... If Caruso doesn't make the 2 threes that he made in the first quarter against the Pacers, they lose that series. Well, they will just have to find a new Caruso. Yes, very important. Getting away with murder on defense. Speaking of getting away with murder on defense, that's a man who gets away with murder on defense, brother. Shout out to NBA champion Luguentz Dort. They'll never take it away from him. Never, ever. All right. We are on the clock. Goff JMO. Send it in. Yeah, the Caruso piece will 100%. Of course you're right. I mean, it's going to suck for him to go. Thought that was Ray Lewis. Social media wants me to hate Lou Dort. No, I'm never selling these. Never. What could a Lou Dort card even sell for? Let's go look on eBay right now. What is like this isn't a national treasure. What I have this is a Hoops premium stock. Lou Dort Hoops premium stock. PSA 10. Actually not. They're like $40. Get your Bort license plate, Fantasy Football Garage. What makes sense here? It's a nice little ADP fall in Loveland. Bash, Rashad White. Oh, no, I'm taking Guerendo again. Got a fever. The only prescription is more Guerendo. Yeah, PSA 10. It's the first listing. I didn't look at like sold listings, but the current bid on this PSA 10 for Lou Dort is 45. Can you put Lou Dort in NFL terms for us non-NBA knowers? First off, Walter, absolutely love Sisyphus pushing the rock. That is my favorite YouTube profile picture I've seen in a long time, Walter. Lou Dort in NFL terms, Tucker Kraft. Jim Kleinsaucer. That's good. That's good. My first instinct was like a good pass catching H-back or fullback. Lorenzo Neal. Adam says not Kraft. Lou Dort is Peyton Hillis. I'd take that. Jeremy Shockey. No way. You're valid. No way the Lou Dort. That's real. But Lou Dort is a good 3-point shooter. Lou Dort is a good 3-point shooter though. Man, I am gonna have to move Besh down in my rankings a little bit. What's our running back situation looking like? Let's take Bigsby. No, let's take Algier. We need a little bit of extra ceiling. Yeah, X want. This is what Twitter wants you to think: is that Lou Dort is Vontez perfect. Anthony Fasano. Mike Vrabel is a good one. Besh is falling because King What is telling everyone that Dante Thornton is who you needed to have in best ball in 2025. It's all King What. He's the one who's doing it to us. He's just telling everyone, get out of the Jack Besh business. Yeah, Pete also told everyone not to do it. Oh, how good was the NFL coach draft? That was some of my favorite content of all time, the NFL coach draft on Ship Chasing. All right. Our team is Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, Devin Achane, Alvin Kamara, Tyrone Tracy, Isaac Guerendo, Tyler Algier, Malik Nabers, Devontae Adams, Jameson Williams, Chris Godwin, and Evan Ingram. Lou Dort is any defensive player that fantasy football people can remember. Yeah. I did see the squat. Moderately convincing to me. Moderately convincing. You know what? I'm going to take Kyle Pitts. Whatever. Kyle Pitts and Evan Ingram, the perfect parlay of disappointing tight ends. But yes. But so now correct me if I'm wrong, Peppertoni. I definitely said John over Jim, but don't they both have some health issues? I don't know. I was happy with the team. I was happy with the team I drafted, honestly. We did Did my mouse just die? My mouse just died. Tough. I mean, I was the only one who was going to have an offensive line in the Ship Chasing draft. Those other dudes blew it. All right. Yeah, Jim had a heart thing. That's what I thought as well. Okay. We definitely need 2 more wide receivers. And Stafford. Dang. So I missed on Stafford. Need a wide receiver. Noel probably makes some sense here. Yeah, if you start Nabers, Devontae, you need a little bit of rookie flair. Jalen Noel. The Slappies seem to not like Jalen Noel. I gotta be honest, I don't get it. Why do the Slappies not like Jalen Noel? I thought that was brilliant. I thought the solution for Peyton, just putting him as far away from the line of scrimmage as possible, I thought that was ideal. All right, so Noel there gives us a little bit of extra ceiling. I think I'm good. I mean, I probably will take Dart on this team, but I'd be fine with 2 quarterbacks. I think I'm definitely good with the 2 tight ends. Crowded room, impossible to break out. No chance that Jalen Noel, who was better than Jaden Higgins at Iowa State, will be better than him in the NFL. There's just no way, Crutches. There's no way, brother. Shipley chasing. Yeah, Shipley chasing is good here. Oh, he goes. Let's do a guy I actually just don't have very much of. Let's do Dylan Sampson. We're spreading our risk today here on the stream. If 2 similar running backs are beside each other in ADP, do you ever favor the one with the better offensive line, or is it still based on your rankings? I mean, I offensive line stuff is just going to be baked into ADP, and it's going to be baked into rankings because that stuff is baked into projections. How many ships will have Shipley this year? If you tell me how many games Saquon Barkley plays, I can answer that question for you. Your Sampson bag should be full from pre-draft. I did not like Dylan Sampson as a prospect, and I still don't really like him now. But not the archetype of guy that I want to be fading. And also, there is a totally real possibility that Dylan Sampson, like, this happens all the time, and we like to pretend it doesn't. But maybe Judkins shows up and is just bad, or is just not that good, right? I mean, yeah, dude, I'll watch some film on Thornton and tell you he runs one route and he runs about 25% of the routes. Honestly, you had me convinced you might have Dante Thornton mixed up with a different player. Exactly. Andy Reid played offensive line at BYU, and he weighs 300 pounds. Miles Sampson is about to get the Miles Sanders treatment from the Slappies. God, imagine. No, it doesn't take some time. It generally means that there's something happening in the communication between your YouTube and your Discord. All right, I'm taking Daniel Jones. Third quarterback here. He watched all 92 seconds of Dante Thornton's film. Yes, I do mix in James. I do mix in Jordan James. Jordan James is especially good in 20-round drafts. So if you're drafting on DraftKings or Drafters, he's extra good there. All right, one final pick. We are at Nabers, Adams, Jamo, Godwin, Reed, Knoll. All right, well, I already know who I'm taking. Oh, Milroe is way more athletic than Joe Mixon or than Joe Milton. Not even close. Dang, did A.D. Mitchell get picked? That is sickening shit. Who took A.D. Mitchell from me? Who took him? He went before. Oh, Spider did. He was trying to set up the stack, and I sniped him. My apologies, brother. Yeah, I think Urendo's better than Mitchell. More athletic, at least. I don't know about, their feel for the game or whatnot. Elijah Moore, Slappy. Up to wide receiver 94, Elijah Moore. Alec Ogletree still available. Can't take Felton on a non. I don't take Felton on non JJ McCarthy teams. Sauce the non-badge 10 hole. All right, absurdity. There we go. My dude goes Nico Bowers, Mike Evans, full-grown man team, Ted McMillan. Apparently, this guy just drafts his wide. He sorts by height, and then he goes down. Joe Mixon, aren't you worried he's in a walking boot? Travion Henderson, aren't you worried you just drafted Shane Vereen at pick 63? Josh Downs at 82. Someone is not scared. Someone is not scared. Aaron Jones, ultimate, projects for 16 points, gets 13 points guy. Jalen Warren, it didn't happen in his first 4 years in the NFL, but it's going to happen now. Justin Fields, surely he won't get benched for Tyrod Taylor. Byshell Tootin, anytime you can take the Sloppy's number one favorite running back, you got to do it. CJ Stroud, surely it's fine that he has no offensive line. Jack Besh, I mean, don't listen to me, man. Listen to Peter Overzet. Bryce Young, the only quarterback in the NFL shorter than me. Cade Otton, honestly, this is not even related to Sauce. Cade Otton without Baker Mayfield is just a weird pick to me. Michael Wilson, Jalen Coker, behind Hunter Renfrow, Taj Brooks. My dude drafted the Loch Ness Monster in the 18th round. No one's seen Taj Brooks, but they claim to have. They like him. They like him in theory. Bang. All right. Was my team any good? Baker, Goff, Daniel Jones, A-Chain, Kamara, Tracy, Guerrero, Algier, Dylan Sampson, Nabers, Adams, Jamo, Godwin, Reed, Noel, Moore, Evan Ingram, Kyle Pitts. We did okay. All right, boys. That is going to do it for me here today. I'll be back with all of you guys tomorrow. Make sure that you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're somehow not playing on Underdog using code Davis, you should, or tell a friend to sign up for Underdog, code Davis. Love you all. Thank you very much for hanging out.